Back here in Worthen Arena with Ball State men's volleyball. Right now the Cards lead 19-14 over the Lewis Flyers as Tinashe serves for the Cardinals and point for the Flyers. That's Max Rocky starting to heat up a little bit here in set number 2.
Yeah, Max Rocky and Tyler Morgan with a great little play there. The setter able to get it to him. Rocky, easy kill. Those two, when they get together, when they link up, good things happen.
They're hoping for more of that tonight as it is 19-15 Cardinals lead. Ogu at the service line. Machado sets up Rajay Aline, and this will be point Ball State as this hit Rocky's hand. And the Ball State has now reached that 20-point mark. They're up 20-15 over the Flyers.
A much better set, too, and a great setup there by Lucas Machado. Aline came flying in. As you mentioned, it bounced off the right hand of Rocky out of bounds, so a good kill for the Cardinals. They're happy to be up by 5 points.
Machado had a little bit of a rough first set, especially at the beginning with a couple errors and net violations. Now has been just about perfect. And setting up and catching it early is Frederick Kruger-Beer, a little unexpectedly getting the kill there for his team.
Yeah, the middle blocker with my favorite last name of all time, Kruger-Beer, able to get that kill. And Lucas, he's been really good in there. I don't think we've given him enough credit there. In set number 1, he had 3 or 4 blocks. He's been really good.
Rock solid tonight as Daniel Haber will go to the line for the Flyers. Tinashe receives. Machado sets up for Savitsky Lin, and the Flyers play great defense. Trying to softball it over is Rocky. Machado sets up Aline. Great blocking up front by the Flyers. This is a good volley right here off the hands of the Flyers, and it'll be a point Ball State as Patrick Rogers secures point number 21 here in set 2.
Someone who's not going to get the respect they deserve for that play, or, you know, I guess they're not going to get the assist that should be attributed to them. Cat-like reflexes there in the middle from Braden Savitsky-Lin kept the ball alive and allowed Patrick Rogers on the left side to get the kill. So great play from your middle blocker.
He's done more than adequately filling in for the injured Vannis Buchholz tonight, as going for a kill and just putting a little bit too much on it is Osan Ogus, and it'll be point Ball State 22-16, the Cards lead.
Well, you mentioned filling in. He plays a lot. It's just that you're filling in those shoes. With the absence of Vannis Buchholz, it matters a little bit more what you do in the middle. So Braden Savitsky-Lin, well, you know, playing very well in this one. It's been important to have him in there.
Yeah, Braden gets plenty of playing time, but tonight getting that starting nod spot and also taking over in the times that usually Vannis would be in there, which Vannis is an important piece of this team, the leading block getter for the Cards, and Braden Savitsky-Lin has stepped up big time tonight and is a big reason why the Cards are up 6 here in set number 2.
Well, the Cards have a couple of freshmen that play really well. Braden Savitsky-Lin's great, and then obviously you got to love Cam Gray, and you got to love Lucas Machado. All 3 of them get significant minutes. They're really good. You have Patrick Rogers out there, not a sophomore, but he's not a senior either. The junior, he's been fabulous all season. You love what you're getting from Mr. T as well. A much better set number 2. That's the reason Lewis has to call a timeout. 22-16 Ball State leads. Completely different from set number 1. The energy's back in the building, and the fans are starting to get excited again.
There's some young talent on this Ball State team. Of course, you have the older guys, the veterans, such as Buchholz, Lucas Pitlack, Mr. T, of course, and Rajay Aline. All of them are seniors or 5th years. And then you've got some young talent. One guy that we haven't mentioned tonight because he hasn't gotten in yet, who I really, really have loved what I've seen from him this season is Ryan Lewis. The freshman has been outstanding in the times that he has gotten to come in, and he was big in that Purdue-Fort Wayne win. Lucas Machado at the line for the Cardinals. Rocky receives it, setting up for Ogun. This one goes off the hands of Gray really high. Machado sets up Rogers, and a great play by the libero for the Flyers. Rocky tries to do it himself. Machado will set up Aline behind him. Aline gets the point for the Cardinals, 23-16. We've been treated to some very, very good volleyball here tonight, Evan.
Yeah, that was a great rally there. The ball went over. Patrick Rogers with a strong kill attempt. But you mentioned the libero, Nico Paula, able to save it with that left fist. He was able to punch it back up into the air. It went back over, and ultimately too much pressure from Ball State. Lewis just couldn't handle it. Good kill from Aline.
And a service error from Machado brings it to 23-17 Cardinals lead here in set number 2. Set number 1 did go the way of the Flyers, though, so Ball State, if they want to win here tonight, they're going to have to win 3 sets as they always have to do, but they're going to have to win 3 more sets.
Well, it's going to be exciting to see if they can win 3 straight sets, Lucas, but as you mentioned, no sweep on hand for the Cardinals this evening if they're able to win here in set 2.
This very well could go to 5. And there's back-to-back service errors as this one against Diego Estrada for the Flyers. It is now set point here in Worthen, and the fans are bumping. Trying to secure set number 2 victory is Patrick Rogers. This one bounces off the net. Flyers receive. They're going to go to Ogun. And this finds a spot and just softly hitting it over, ended up working there. A little finesse from the junior.
Yeah, Cam Gray not able to get there. He made a diving effort towards the floor trying to dig that one up. Just a little late on that one, and that'll be a point for the Flyers.
Tyler Morgan, the excellent setter for this Flyers team, on to serve. Dug out by the Cardinals. Setting it up here, they will go to Ogun. And Tinashe trying to put it down over and just puts it out of bounds. A good block attempt, but not getting any points there, as it is now 24-19, Cardinals lead. Still set point. Morgan, the senior, to serve. Lofts it over, the Cardinals receive. Setting up for Savitsky Lynn in the middle, and it is point Ball State, and now it is tied 1-1 here in Muncie. What a comeback by the Cardinals after that loss in set 1.
And that's exactly what you needed. You needed a big response. They were able to get it done there in set 2. Ball State looked a lot better, a lot cleaner, and just overall much better play. You liked what you saw from Machado. But I kind of like what Lewis is doing out there. They're having a team meeting. They're recollecting their thoughts. I think they're going to come out in set number 3. We're in for a good matchup, Lucas. Let's just sit tight.
Don't go anywhere, folks. You heard what Evan said. We are in for a good one. It's been great so far. First 2 sets have been split. And we're going to go to break real quick on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Welcome back to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Tonight, alongside me is Evan Stowell. I am Lucas Thatcher, and we are here in Worthen Arena for what has been an excellent night of men's volleyball between the Ball State Cardinals and the Lewis Flyers. Well, Evan, both teams got one set in those first two, splitting both of them. And, I mean, so far we've been treated to nothing short of just some spectacular volleyball.
Well, I like the word you used. It's been a treat. What a Thursday night volleyball matchup we've had. It's been back and forth. Set 1 goes to the Flyers. Set 2 goes to the Cardinals. It's a heavyweight matchup. It's number 9 versus number 14. How can you not be excited? And what I'm more excited about is the fact that we get to do it twice. We also have tomorrow. Let's see how set 3 goes.
Well, the big saying in sports is, how can you not be romantic about your certain sport? Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, Evan. We get to do this again tomorrow. Looking forward to that. But for right now, back into the match. Flyers trying to start this off with a point, and they will not. This is out, and point Ball State to kick off set number 3.
Just to go back to what you were talking about, I couldn't be more excited to spend my Valentine's Day with you, Lucas.
I know. You know what, Evan? You might just be my Valentine.
Oh, jeez.
That might just be the case. I haven't asked you yet, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Flyers trying to start off their set number 3 with a point are not. Ball State takes the first 2-0 Cardinals.
And just to continue the hot streak from sets 1 and 2, what a play from Rajay Aline. It feels like he's all over the court tonight. You can't stop this guy.
He's been everywhere, bouncing around and bouncing himself into 10 kills so far. Machado at the service line for the Cards. 2-0 Ball State here in set number 3. Flyers receive, trying to set up on that opposite side, received by Cameron Gray. Setting up Patrick Rogers. Floats it over and gets the point. A little finesse from the 6'7" junior.
Yeah, Patrick Rogers, he's such a smart player. He knows when to go with power, and he knows when to just kind of float it over. On that occasion, he went with the float. He jumped up early. He saw the middle blockers already bailed out there in the center. He just flew it right over their heads. It dropped right down into the campfire. Good point from P-Rod.
Excellent instincts from Rogers. Leads to 3-0 Ball State to start set number 3. Flyers trying to get on that scoreboard, and they're still not able to. Some great play up front by Aline and Machado. Results to 4-0 Cards to set off set number 3. Boy, the Cardinals are hot.
That's what I'm talking about, Lucas. Rajay Aline, this guy is a dog tonight. Let's go. What a block. He's doing it all. He's getting kills. He's getting blocks. What do you not like about Rajay Aline?
It's something that we talked about earlier, is that he usually does get off to hot starts in matches. And then we tend to see him tail off a little bit, see if he can keep it up, as we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more volleyball.
Control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
And we're back here on SportsLink Digital Radio. Evan Stowell and Lucas Thatcher. Cardinals lead 4-0 here to kick off set number 3. It is 1-1 apiece. And right now the Cardinals are on fire. And a little bit of announcer's jinx to start off here as it's 4-1. The Flyers get their first point in the third set, Evan.
Yeah, good hustle, though, by the libero, Cameron Gray. He went diving towards the scores table trying to make a play. Just couldn't. Good location there on the hit for Lewis, and that's their first point here in set 3.
Evan, you said one of your favorite last names that you've heard here at the service line for the Flyers is Frederick Kruger-Beer. Machado sets up Rogers. Another soft hit and another point for P-Raj. What a play for 20. He has been great, especially here to start off set number 3.
I think Patrick Rogers realized he just doesn't have to hit the ball that hard. That's 2 points in a row for him where he's barely tapped it over. He's caught the middle blockers lacking, and he's found a little space towards the right side. Good play there from Patrick Rogers.
Rogers at the service line now for the Cardinals, and he gets an ace. What a start to set number 3 for number 20.
I love that serve. It starts towards the middle, and then it falls super flat right down towards the left side. It falls right down to planet Earth really quickly. Great ace from Patrick Rogers.
Almost like he's pitching and throwing a baseball, and he's throwing a slider. It's there, and then it's not. He is again at the line, and he does that same serve, this time received by the Flyers, but just kind of tapped over. Machado right at the net. It was put over by the Cardinals, and Rocky puts it down. Point Flyers.
Yeah, bad bump there from Cameron Gray. He was trying to get it to Machado. It went over to the net, and that was an easy point for Rocky as he was able to use 2 hands and smack that one to the floorboards. Just a little error there from your libero, but that's not a big deal. Ball State still feeling pretty good about how they're playing in set 3.
Ball State leads 6-2. Flyers at the line. Lucas Pitlack receives. Machado sets up. Tinashe puts it down. 7-2 Cards.
That's what I'm talking about. Mr. T floats to the left side, and it just feels like he's got a couple extra seconds of hang time compared to most players. He gets up there, and it feels like he's floating. Great play from Mr. T. Good kill there, and the Cardinals are still rolling.
You know somebody jumps high when it's not about how high they get. It's about how long they stay up there.
It's motivational.
Thank you. Rajay Aline trying to get another point for his team, but puts it out. It'll be point for the Flyers. 7-3 now, Cardinals lead. You a Star Wars fan, Evan? Little cantina music. And that indicates that the Flyers are now at the service line. Rocky to serve, received by Rogers. Machado to Patterson, point Ball State. It is 8-3. Cardinals extend their lead to 5.
You know, that was a great play from Lucas Machado. He was just able to find the little space in the Lewis defense. That's just your middle blockers not being connected on a rope. And then that was a great setup for his teammate. Patrick Rogers has been great. This is a team as well with Will Patterson there making the play that just looks a little more connected here in set number 3. They brought the energy back in the building. Everyone's on their feet.
Rajay Aline at the service line for the Cards. This one is received and bumped high by the Flyers. Trying to get a point and another bump high from Cameron Gray that time. Aline trying to go to the middle. And wow, what a volley here. The Flyers are going to have a chance to get a point here. And Rogers receives it well. Ball State trying to answer. They're just going to have to free ball it over. Flyers setting up. And whistles blown. I believe there is a net violation. It'll be a point for the Flyers.
Yeah, that one's on Lucas Machado, but what a great rally that was from the Cardinals. Several different times they saved the ball out of bounds where they really had no business doing so. So a good rally there from the Cardinals, good energy. Sometimes you're not going to win all these points, but as you mentioned, another one of those bumps that almost looked like it was going to hit the Jumbotron above the court.
At the service line is Peter Wimoksel for Lewis. And there's Rajay Aline again. We've said his name quite a bit tonight, Evan.
I mean, sometimes that hand, it's like a bullet the way the ball bounces out of it. It's crazy. Rajay Aline with so much power there as that one just finds its way to the end, to that back line there in between 2 different Lewis defenders. There's nothing they can do about it. Great play from Aline.
He's been such a great addition to this already deep squad, and he has made them even more lethal. Rogers gets on the floor to receive that. Aline going for another kill, and it looks like a net violation point for the, point for the Lewis Flyers. It's now 9-5, the Cardinals lead.
And now, Lucas, I don't think you've noticed this yet, but every single time Lewis gets a point, their bench does something outrageous. And we saw someone jump from the stands into a group of them. They were crowd surfing earlier. They're having fun, even though they're down 4 points here in set 3.
Noticed it earlier. Didn't have enough time to say it. I'm glad that you did. Machado sets up Rogers. This one is way too far, and it'll be another point for the Flyers.
This is what the Cardinals kind of found themselves doing earlier. They just were one or 2 seconds slow on the set. That allowed those middle blockers to move over and shift a little quicker. And then Patrick Rogers is forced to kind of sit there, and he doesn't really know what to do with it, so he tries to hit it with power, and it just kind of sails on him.
Osano Guz to serve for the Flyers. Pitlack receives. Machado sets up. Tinashe puts it down. Point Ball State.
When you can set Mr. T up like that, it's going to be a tough day for the opponents no matter what day of the week it is. Mr. T with a lot of space there, no middle blockers in front of him. He kind of got to, kind of figure out where he was going to go with that, position it perfectly. Good aiming there from Mr. T. Good kill.
Will Patterson at the service line for the Cardinals, one of the safer servers for that Cardinals team. And it results in the Flyers having a free ball over, actually. Machado went for a kill attempt. He's going to try and do it again, and he does. Machado's vision is incredible.
It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head. You mentioned a safer serve from Patterson, but that one almost went out of bounds for an ace. Then Lucas Machado hits it with some power. It falls right back over to him. And somehow he noticed there was no one behind him. Just eyes in the back of his head, tosses it over his head. Good point from the setter.
Patterson on to serve. Received by the Flyers, and another great play from a setter, but this time it's for Lewis. That's Tyler Morgan getting the kill.
Yeah, Tyler Morgan, I don't know if he struggles with jealousy, but he saw Lucas Machado in the last one. He said, I can do the same thing, Lucas. Let's do it. I like it. A little setter battle here in Worthing.
11-7 Cardinals lead. The Flyers will serve here. Daniel Haber at the service line. And this one is back over for Lewis. They're going to set up and try it with Rocky. Rocky gets the kill, and he is starting to come alive. He really came alive in set number 2, and that's kill number 7 for him tonight.
Yeah, Max Rocky was not really a part of that set number 1 dogfight that Lewis won, but he has come alive here in set 2 and 3. That's kill number 7. I like that from Max Rocky. He's good there on the opposite side, and that was a much-needed kill for this Flyers team.
Haber, another serve received by Rogers, and he's going to get a setup from Machado, and Ball State gets it back. Look at Lucas Machado getting the kill. The setters are really turning up here in set number 3, Evan.
Someone might need to remind Lucas Machado, you're not a middle blocker, young fella. You're supposed to be a setter. He hit that one with power. He swagger walks it all the way back to the service line. We'll see what he can do.
One of the better servers for this Ball State team. Gets it over, received by the Flyers. Morgan sets up Rocky, soft touches it over. Gray's trying to set up Rogers. This one stays in. That one just hugged that line. It'll be another point Ball State. It is 13-8 Cards.
Yeah, paper-thin margins there on the left side for Patrick Rogers, but he snuck that one in there. No challenge card from Coach Friend there on the other sideline. So way to go for Patrick Rogers. Gives this Cardinals team a 5-point advantage here in set 3.
Rogers with 11 kills so far tonight. The serve from Machado goes off the net. Rogers tries to take advantage and get a point, but now the Flyers will have to free ball it over. And point Ball State.
Net violation
Net
there
violation
for the Flyers. And I love when Coach Cruz is having a good time. You can see the smile back on his face coaching down there on the left sideline. This is what he wants his Ball State team to look like. They're just overpowering this Lewis team right now.
A little frustrated in set number 1, but now here in set number 3, it's back to business. Osun gets the kill.
Yeah, when Oguz has it turned on like this, Lucas, it's tough to stop him. That's kill number 12 here in the match. He's tough, and I tell you what, you talk about a guy who's got a pretty good vert. He gets up there well above the net. That one looked too easy for him.
Frederick Kruger Beer to serve for the Flyers. Do you think he gets called Freddy Kruger?
You know, Lucas, I don't want to speculate, but there's a good chance.
There is a good chance. It is in his name. Machado sets up. Aline!
I'm speechless. I mean, you can't do anything if you're the Flyers when a guy hits a ball that hard. I mean, that one bounced off of the face of it looked like Tyler Morgan, your setter, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Rajay Aline, that one was mean.
I believe that went off Freddy Kruger himself there. Rocky receives for the Flyers. Ogun trying to get the kill. He claims it was touched by the Cardinals, and it will go to the Cardinals. So it's 16-9. Ball State leads, but I believe that this will probably be challenged.
Yeah, that is going to be challenged. That one was pretty close, so a challenge card is produced. But right now, for Ball State, you take a step back, you take a bird's eye view at the way this one is going, and you've really flipped the script from earlier in this one. You talk about set number 1, a team that was kind of, it looked like they were just lacking energy. They didn't want to be here. Sets 2 and 3, they really showed up. They found their groove. I like what I'm seeing right now from the Cardinals. They look like they're rolling.
And here in set number 3, can we talk about how great Lucas Machado has been? Usually doesn't get talked about as much because he is a setter, so you just expect everything that he does, which is mainly set up his teammates, to be perfect. He has really turned up, getting a couple of kills here in set number 3.
I mean, he's got 4 kills in the match, 2 kills in set number 3. You don't expect that from your setter, but he's confident when he does it. He's got a powerful left hand, and I think that's what makes him so tricky, Lucas, because you never really know when he's going up for a set or when he's going to deceive you and go with the kill. Sometimes he goes with a soft touch over. Other times it's a powerful left hand to the floor. I like what Lucas Machado's doing right now. He's a great setter. He's minimized those errors. Set number 1, he really cost his team. He was in the net a couple of times, and then another couple of times he just hit the ball out of bounds on a bad receive of a serve. So far here in set 2 and 3, he's turned it around. He's responded. I love that competitive nature, and I love the way Ball State's responded. This is the kind of team that you want to see, especially all the time. They need to be a little more consistent. We saw that against PFW. They dropped a couple of sets. They went 5 sets against them. It's a much improved Purdue-Fort Wayne squad this year, but still, for Ball State, you want to be a little more consistent, but you got to like what you're seeing here in set 3.
And Machado, you talked about how he had cost his team a little bit in set number 1. What a great teammate does is they take responsibility of that and they turn it around and they play even better than they normally do to make up for it. He has done that so far here in sets 2 and 3. And that is a big part of why Ball State is up 16-9 here in set number 3.
Well, you know, volleyball is really a case of you're only as good as your last set. That's what you're remembered for. So Lucas Machado, sets 2 and 3 have been so good. A lot of people in this building have probably already forgotten about some of those mental mistakes in set 1.
And Lewis will win the challenge, so this will now be a 15-10 game. And Lewis will now take charge and take over the serving duties. Tyler Morgan to serve. Morgan's dancing over there.
That's what I'm telling you. Lewis isn't winning the set, but they're having the most fun. That's what they get an award for. That bench as well. Man, they have fun when they get a kill. I bet you it's a lot of fun playing for a team like that.
That's got to be a rowdy locker room and a good time to be on that team.
Especially a bus ride home.
Especially after a victory.
A win wouldn't hurt. That
culture that head coach Dan Friend has built over there is something special. Back to volleyball. Savitsky Lin trying to get the kill, could not. Rajay Ali now. He's the guy to do it, and he has been the guy tonight for the Cards. That's kill number 13.
Lucas, I don't mean to be cliche, but I'm going to be. He's setting the standard of the way this team needs to be playing volleyball. Rajay Ali's on fire.
He has now matched Osan Ogun for the lead in kills tonight. As that one went off the scoreboard, a little bit of confusion as it seemed like players on both teams were trying to touch it. Scoreboard interference, and it'll be a Cardinals point, 17-10. Ball State leads now. Savitsky Lin to serve. And what a kill by Oguz.
Hey, that's a fantastic kill there. He had a lot of power. Patrick Rogers couldn't do anything. He just kind of got frozen there on the left side, paralyzed by the powerful hit from the outside hitter for Lewis.
Osan Oguz has been excellent tonight, 14 kills. Machado runs all the way over to set up Tinashe and Davazocheva, who gets blocked at the net. He'll try again, gets to the back and gets a point. Ball State now leads 18-11, and Tinashe is up to kill number 9.
What I'm most impressed with there on the left side from Tinashe is the way he didn't really have an opportunity to run onto that second hit. His first kill attempt was immediately blocked back over. It's that standing vertical that he has where he can just get high again and levitate above the net. Able to get a strong kill there. Really good job from number 18.
The match MVP so far for the Cards, Rajay Aline at the service line. Lewis tries to get a point, will not. Tinashe tries to soft touch it over. Will Patterson tries now. Good play at the net from both sides. Cameron Gray bumps it up. Machado's going to set up for Aline. Aline with the point. Rajay can do no wrong.
Come on now. I mean, those are your two best players, at least in this matchup so far, connecting. Lucas Machado with a 10-foot cross-court pass right on the money to Aline, and he just can't mess up tonight. He's having a Hall of Fame night. What a set number 3 this has been for the Cardinals. Another timeout here for Lewis.
And with this timeout, we're going to take an opportunity to take a break. And you were listening to Men's Volleyball on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Welcome back here in Worthen Arena. In set number 3, the Cardinals lead 19-11 over the Lewis Flyers. And the man at the service line right now for the Cards, Rajay Aline, has been on fire tonight, Evan. 14 kills.
On the money. Nothing he does looks bad tonight. He's been fantastic. Number 7, the transfer. He's making all the difference tonight.
And a great serve from Aline, trying to get the kill for his team. Is Oguz cannot. Ball State receives well. Aline, another attempt here, received by the Flyers. Gray trying to set up Rogers. Rogers soft touches it. It stays with the Lewis Flyers, and they are trying to get the point now, and they will, as Tinashe and Davizocheva is on the ground right next to that main ref's stand, and it appears that he may have tweaked his ankle.
Yeah, it looks like they're stopping play here for a minute, so we'll see what the situation with Tinashe is. But so far in this game, Ball State has looked good up to this point. Lucas Machado tried to end that last rally, saying Tinashe just couldn't keep playing, but the referees didn't stop play. The reason Lewis was able to get the point. Tinashe climbs to his feet. He's going to try and walk off on his own power. As you hear Worthen give him a round of applause. We don't know what's up with him. Hopefully he is okay. He's very important to this Ball State team. As we see Will Basilio will check in.
Well, a tough loss, if he is out for this match or any matches coming up, would be Tinashe and Davizocheva. So vital to this team's success. But Ball State does have plenty of depth, Evan. That is maybe their biggest strength.
Yeah, that is probably their biggest strength. They almost have so many good players. It's tough for Coach Cruz to choose from. Obviously, our thoughts are with Tinashe. As we see Basilio now coming in, as is Will Patterson as he checks back in as well. 19-12 here, set 3, Ball State leads.
Basilio checking in, the freshman from Ballinfat, Ontario, Canada. As Lewis will serve to the Cardinals. Basilio, kill attempt, thwarted up at the net. Aline trying to get a kill, cannot. Attacking is Lewis, and blocking is Ball State.
And once again, we sound like a broken record every time we say his name. It's Lucas Machado. I mean, a block there from your setter. He was combining with Will Patterson, but I believe it did touch the left hand of Lucas Machado. It's so impressive what he's doing. He's getting kills, he's getting assists, he's getting aces, he's getting blocks. This guy is doing it all for your team.
Basilio at the service line, and as you said, Evan, you love to have a setter who is involved in almost every aspect. Rogers cannot get that kill there. This is over and batted around by the Cards. Wow, Machado got it over behind his head. Basilio, what a dig. Patterson has to free ball it over. Lewis setting it up, and then going soft is Oguz. This is a great volley here. Machado setting up cross court to Rogers. And it's a point, Ball State, 21-12 Cardinals.
And you can see the Lewis side is a little dejected because that's a point Ball State had no business winning. Several different times, 2 times in fact, they had to free ball it over. Ball State manages to get that point. Great play from Patrick Rogers. They got it done despite the odds.
Basilio at the line again. His serve is received by the Flyers. Oguz trying to get a point for his team, cannot. Flyers attacking now from the back row is Rocky. And Ball State has been playing excellent defense here in set number 3. Rajay Aline cannot get the kill. What a play by the libero for the Flyers. Machado goes off the net. It'll be point for the Flyers. What a play by Nico Paula.
Great play from Nico Paula. He was all the way back over there by where Cardinal Chaos likes to sit in the students section, made the play, and then Lucas Machado, I think he got a little greedy there, Lucas. He had another hit available to him. He could have set up a teammate. He tried to get the kill. He's played well all night. I don't blame him, but definitely a little too much aggression on that occasion. Probably could have set up Pat Rogers on the outside.
And that will be a service error against Oguz, and it'll be Ball State point. They're now up 22-13 here in set number 3.
And for those of you listening that are fans of the Matrix, that's exactly what Lucas Pitlack just did. He saw the ball coming in. He noticed it was going to go out. It was really fine margins. He was able to kind of neo his way out of there. And a great looking play there for the Cardinals. 22-13 now, thanks to the great play from your 5th-year senior.
Ryan Lewis, the freshman, checked into the game to serve. Dug out by Lewis. Oguz going to the back row. Basilio with a great play defensively. Savitsky Lynn trying to tap it back over. He can do that, and it'll be point for Ball State.
Rogers and Savitsky Lynn laugh about it a little bit because they had no right getting that kill there. They thought they hit it onto their own side. It actually went to the other side. A confused Lewis team watched it fall to the ground. Ball State looking real good here.
An awkward point, but a point nonetheless, as Ball State is now up double digits. 23-13 here in set number 3. Lewis with an excellent serve. Oguz has his kill attempt blocked out of bounds, so it'll be now 23-14 Flyers with the point.
Much needed Lewis kill there. They've been on a really cold streak here. The Flyers able to cut it down to 9 late here in set 3.
Daniel Haber at the service line for the Flyers. He is 8 kills away from reaching 400 for his career, and there he gets an ace. 23-15, Cardinals still up. Haber came into this match with 388 career kills, has had 4 tonight. Is at 392 now, just 8 away from 400 for his career. Received by the Cardinals, Basilio. The freshman getting in on the action. It is now set point here in Muncie.
A lot of hype around Will Basilio, and you can see why. Great play there from the freshman. Puts that one to the hardwood. Ball State is chirping.
Lucas Machado at the service line for the Cards, trying to lock up set number 3. Oguz gets the point for the Flyers. 24-16 now, and what a great play stepping up is the junior.
Yeah, you can criticize a lot of the way Lewis has played here these last 2 sets, but you really can't criticize Oguz. That's kill number 15 of the evening. He's really been leading these Flyers.
Frederick Kruger Beer on to serve. Cardinals still just 1 point away from locking up set number 3. Machado sets for Savitsky Lynn, and that one just too high. (24-17), Cardinals up 7 here in set 3. We will repeat set point, and again, Beer to serve. Received by the Cardinals. Rogers lofts it over, gets the point and the set. The Cardinals go up 2-1 and now look poised to take this victory here in this first match of 2 this weekend. On SportsLink Digital Radio, we'll be right back.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State SportsLink.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large
Welcome back to Worthen Arena here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. I'm Lucas Thatcher, joined alongside Evan Stowell. The Cardinals just took set number 3, and they're up 2-1, just one set away from getting this victory here in match number 1 of 2. Doubleheader, as both these teams will meet again tomorrow. Same time, same place, same crew. You and I will be covering Valentine's Day volleyball.
I mean, does it get more romantic than a top 15 matchup at Worthen Arena? It doesn't, and right now it doesn't get romantic of a storyline for this Ball State Cardinals team than the turnaround they had from set number 1. Awful set 1, fantastic set 2 and 3. Set 3, they were, flat out dominant. They looked fantastic the entire set. We see Patrick Rogers out there doing the stanky leg, and he earned it, quite frankly, Lucas Thatcher, because he's playing fantastic volleyball.
He is having himself a night, is number 20. 13 kills tonight, just behind Rajay Aline in terms of kill leaders for Ball State. Aline has 14. And for the Lewis Flyers, a really rough set number 3. Evan, what does Coach Dan Friend have his team do to turn it around and take set number 4?
Well, he's got to look at his guys, and he says, you know what, guys, we're on the road. We're in a tough crowd. It's going to be even worse tomorrow, probably more people on Valentine's Day. You got to take advantage of the fact that even though you don't have the energy behind you, you can use it as motivation. You got to be a little cleaner, though. You can't have unforced errors. You can't be making bad plays when you're receiving serves, and you can't be getting a bunch of service errors. You just got to be a little cleaner.
So just moments away from kicking off set number 4 at the service line is Peter Wimogsel. Wimogsel to serve. Received by the Cardinals. Machado sets up Rogers, sent right back where it came from. Point Lewis. What a block up front by Osano Goose.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Osano Goose with a fantastic block. They've tried to avoid him all night tonight. Patrick Rogers came in with a lot of energy. They call him the road runner for a reason, but his hit was sent right back down the other way. Great play by O'Goose.
Machado trying to do it himself, cannot get the kill there. Lewis attacking, but good defense by the Cardinals. Rogers going to that back row, but there was only one person there and securing the first point of set number 4 for the Cardinals.
I love watching patient volleyball, and that's what Patrick Rogers delivers most of the time. That wasn't his typical powerful kill or one of the signature tap overs that he likes to do. That was just smart placement into the back left corner. Great play from Patrick Rogers.
Machado to serve, and this one goes against the net. It'll be 2-1 Flyers early here in set number 4.
I think the first 10 points are going to tell the story of how the set goes. So if Ball State can rebound a little bit from this and get their momentum back, they're going to be okay. But this is an opportunity for Lewis to kind of plow through that momentum that Ball State has and get right back into a good place.
O'Goose to serve, too much mustard there, and it's point Ball State 2-2. Cardinals now to serve with Patrick Rogers.
Serving is kind of like darts, Lucas. You have to have enough power to get it there, but you also got to have the placement. That one was really close, but you got to be perfect.
Evan, I love the darts reference. I love darts. Big fan. But Rogers, not a fan of that. Too much on it that time. And it is now 3-2 Flyers as another serving error by the Cardinals. That's 8 for them on the night. Quiet crowd here in Worthen. Cardinals receive. Too much there. Aline trying to go on the other side of the net, and a bad set by Machado results in a 4-2 lead for the Lewis Flyers.
Yeah, I think the word of this set so far for the Cardinals is discombobulated when they're receiving these serves. Lucas Pitlack on that occasion didn't set up Machado very well, and then Machado's set over to Aline just a little slow.
Machado trying to better his set this time. He did, but Rogers not able to get the point. Aline trying to bump it back over. Machado sets up Rajay. This is out, but touched by the libero for the Flyers. It'll be a point for Ball State.
Yeah, good play there from Rajay Aline. Not a heads-up play from Nico Paula, the libero, as you mentioned. He tried to dive and save a ball out of bounds that was surely off of Rajay Aline. So Ball State fortunate to get a point on that situation.
Braden Savinsky-Lynn to serve for the Cardinals. They're trailing. They have 3. The Flyers have 4. Received by Lewis. Set up for Rocky. Received by the Cardinals. Machado sets up for Will Patterson. This ball will go towards Ball State as it is 4-4 now. The Cardinals tied up.
I love the way that Patterson kind of soars in there in between those two white lines coming in from the back row there. Basilio right next to him, able to get his right hand on it. It kind of surprised the middle blockers for Lewis. He puts it to the left side near that umpire. Great play there from Patterson.
Savitsky-Lynn to serve again, received by Paula. Cardinals receive the attack. Basilio trying to get a point for his team, and he does. The freshman balling out in place for Tinashe and Davazocheva.
All you can do is make the most of your moment, and that's what Will Basilio's doing. He doesn't normally play this much, especially in a crucial set 4. Unfortunately, Mr. T out with some sort of injury. Hopefully not serious. Hopefully he's okay, but that's giving Basilio this opportunity to step up. He's taking the advantage of it. He's making the most of it.
Tinashe is back on the bench sitting down, so he is back from the locker room as this missile of an attack goes off the hands of a Cardinal, and it'll be 5-5 now as the Flyers tied up.
All you can do with a missile like that is try to intercept it and hope it goes back the other way. The Cardinals weren't able to do such, and that one soars towards Cardinal chaos back there near the very end of this Worthen Arena stands.
Kruger Beer to serve for the Flyers. He's done a lot of that tonight, and he's done it pretty well. Received by the Cardinals. Machado sets up Basilio. Point. 6'5" Cardinals. The freshman has been outstanding in the little minutes that he's gotten.
That looked like backyard volleyball you do during the 4th of July. That was just an easy bump set kill with a lot of power from Basilio. That's fun volleyball.
Not much the Flyers could do there. They just had to sit back and watch as the Cardinals' beautiful chemistry resulted in a lead for them. 1 point lead, 6-5 Cards here in set number 4. Rajay Aline at the service line for BSU. This one, too much on it. He's a little too strong, and that will be a 6-6 tie now here in Worthen Arena. Tyler Morgan to serve for the Flyers. The senior setter for this Lewis program. Rajay trying to get a point, cannot received. Setting up the Flyers is Wim Oaksel. Peter Wim Oaksel gets the point. He's been quiet tonight, but he's been turning up a little bit recently, starting to get going.
Yeah, well, Moxel needed that kill just for confidence, and the Flyers needed that one as well as they take their first lead here in set 3. Set 4, rather.
Morgan to serve again. This one with way too much on it, and it will be a Ball State point, 7-7. We are again tied up here in set number 4.
A lot more errors, it feels like, so far in set number 4. Both teams kind of hitting the ball out of bounds on these serves. Need to keep them in play.
That has been apparent, and this is a much closer set compared to the previous one, as what a block up front by the Cardinals. 8-7 Ball State, and Evan, that front line is terrific.
That front line is terrific, and Patrick Rogers has 14 kills already on the day, and that's block number 5.
Basilio to serve for the Cardinals, received by the Flyers. This goes off the hand of Aline. What a play by Cameron Gray. He takes a spill onto the chairs over there, but he gets right back in. We're still going. Aline sets up, and we are still going. Flyers attack. This one's out. Point Ball State. Cameron Gray, what a play, what hustle, what heart.
Cameron Gray is the MVP of that particular point. He takes out a chair. He takes a face full of sideline there. And the Ball State Cardinals win the point because of it. That's called being a leader. That's called being a guy who steps up and makes a play. What a job from the sophomore.
Looking back at the replay, Gray didn't only take a face full of sideline, he took a face full of wall. And he's still out there. 9-7 Cardinals lead. Basilio to serve. Received by Paula. Trying to set up Rocky or the Flyers. Gray bumps. This is a set for Rogers, and great blocking up front by the Flyers gets them the point, and it's 9-8 Cardinals lead.
Yeah, that's just Ozuz and Max Rocky up there making their presence known. They did a good job staying connected. That's what you want your two blockers to do. That one was knocked down towards the left side. No Ball State Cardinals in the area, and it eventually found its way trickling out of bounds towards Donan Cruz.
Oguz with 17 kills tonight. He has had 21 kills in each of his last 2 matches. This will be a point for the Flyers. It's an ace, Lewis.
Lucas Pitlack is normally really smart about when he gets out of the way of a serve because he thinks it's going to be an error. On that particular occasion, he guessed wrong, and it stayed just inbounds.
That's a 50-50 ball there, and it went towards Rocky. He's going to try it again. That one certainly had too much, and that time it was the smart move by the Pitbull to not touch it. Will Patterson to serve for the Cardinals. 10-9 they lead. Rocky receives. Morgan sets up and put down by Haber.
That's a name we haven't said as much as I thought we would tonight. Daniel Haber only killed number 6 of the match, but it's an important one as it ties us at 10-10 here in set 4. Lewis obviously trying to stay alive as Ball State leads 2-1.
Haber's inching closer to that 400 kill mark for his career, as Aline too much on that. Seems like he just got under it a little bit with his hand, and it is now 11-10, the Flyers lead here in set number 4.
Yeah, that one just sailed on him, got the bottom of his hand instead of the palm. No placement on that, and it goes out of bounds.
Flyers lead. Umoksil to serve. Basilio received it. Pitlack sets up Aline, and Rocky receives. Morgan again going. What a play by Basilio to get that dig. Aline puts it in a tough spot for Rogers, but he has to free ball it over, and he does. Kruger Beer trying to get the kill and goes into his own net. It will tie up this volleyball match. It's at 11-11.
Great play there in the back row by your young freshman Will Basilio. Just gets a knuckle to it and keeps the point alive. And then Braden Savitsky-Lynn, something about how casual he is there in the middle when he gets blocks. It's just fun to watch.
Lucas Machado at the service line for the Cards. 11-11 tie here in set number 4. Look at Rocky rise up and put it down. Max Rocky. That is a name that we have not called as much as I thought we were going to, as that's kill number 7 for him. But they could really use him right now.
Yeah, and I don't envy Lucas Machado on that occasion, who got hit in the gut with that, and that one had to hurt a little bit.
Oguz serves for the Flyers. Aline trying to get the kill there, and he gets the point for his Ball State Cardinals team. 12-12 tie. We are at a really close set number 4 here, Evan.
And Lucas, we talked earlier about how good Aline is in those earlier sets. That's his first kill in set 4. They need to get him going.
The Flyers receive, going to the opposite side, and wow, what a play up front by Aline and Savitsky-Lynn.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to love when your two big guys stay connected. They did a really good job of it there. And I believe that caught the right hand of Braden Savitsky-Lynn before falling back down to earth. A really good play. The two of them standing out.
Patrick Rogers to serve for the Cardinals. Paulo receives it. They're set up Rocky, and this goes off the scoreboard. It'll be a point for Lewis. Cameron Gray was there, and to be fair, he received it pretty well, but when you hit the ball as hard as Rocky does, it's going to go pretty high and high enough to hit the scoreboard.
That's what I was saying earlier when Lucas Machado got hit in the stomach with a Rocky hit. I said, that can't feel good. You see how much power he has there. Just a little bump from Cam Gray ends up on top of the scoreboard.
Daniel Haber to serve for the Flyers. 13-13 here in set 4. Rogers got real low to dig that one out. Aline trying to get the kill, and a great bump by Haber. This play's still going. Pitlack sets up Rogers, softly hits it, but does not get it over. Point to the Flyers, 14-13, they lead.
Rogers came soaring in from the back row there, got a little right-hand tip on it, but it just barely hits the white tape and falls back down towards the Ball State side. You can see on that far left sideline, Coach Donen Cruz wasn't upset with the effort from his team on that occasion.
And we've seen Pat have a lot of success with floating the ball over tonight. There, not the case, as that's point Ball State. Service error by the Flyers, and it is 14-14. Evan, we are still tied up here in set number 4.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want. Right now, Lewis is trying to play to survive. Ball State wants to get out of here and with a set to spare and have some good vibes going into tomorrow.
Savitsky-Lynn to serve. The Flyers receive, setting up on the opposite side as the Cardinals are now receiving. They will try their own attack. Putting it down, not in a good spot, was Will Basilio. It is point for Lewis. 15-14, the Flyers lead. They win the race to 15, and we're going to take a quick break here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards.
Welcome back on SportsLink Digital Radio. We're in set number 4, where right now the Lewis Flyers lead 15-14 over the Ball State Cardinals. Cardinals looking to close out this match here in set number 4 as they lead 2-1. Evan, this has been a great set number 4, back and forth the entire way.
It's been a heavyweight matchup so far in this one. This is exactly what we expected. Lewis came out, they threw the first punch, but punches 2 and 3 went to Ball State as they won set 2 and 3. Now in set number 4, this is as tight as it gets. It's 14-15, Ball State down 1. This is exciting volleyball.
Tyler Walenga in for the Flyers. He will serve. Ball State receives, but they put it back over on accident. Now they have a chance to get a kill. Patrick Rogers. This will go back to Ball State. They'll have another attack attempt here. Will Basilio. It seems like he grabbed that ball, and it'll be a point for the Flyers.
Yeah, he definitely did grab that ball. That looked like a game of Nukem. I don't know if you've ever played that, but
I indeed have.
It was pretty obvious that he grabbed it there, and the point will go to Lewis.
Tyler Walenga will now serve again. His team, Lewis, is up 16-14 over the Cardinals here in set 4. Walenga's serve, received by the Cardinals. Machado sets up Patterson, and it's a point Ball State. That lead is now trimmed to 1. 16-15, Lewis still in the lead.
Patterson normally pretty quiet offensively, but that was a great play there, and he was able to make a difference. Good job from Ball State. They're able to keep that lead from getting out of hand. They keep it within 1. Aline now, who's been a star today with 16 kills, heads back to the service line.
That is Patterson's 22nd kill of the 2025 campaign. Rajay Aline to serve. Received by the Flyers. Put back by the Cardinals. Rocky attempts. He will not get it to fall. Patrick Rogers now. No. We've got a good volley here as Rocky will try on his other side. Diving for it is Patrick Rogers, and free balling it over is the Cardinals. Flyers trying to take this opportunity to get a point, and they will not get a point. Patterson puts it down in the middle. What a play by Will Patterson.
My favorite part of that play is how confident Patterson was to call off Patrick Rogers. Rogers had just ran to his right over towards those fans that sit on the court, made a great play with his right hand to save it. It goes back over to Will Patterson. He has the confidence to call off one of his leaders and make the play himself. A great job there from number 21.
And boy, did that Ball State bench love that play. Rajay Aline to serve for the Cardinals. 16-16 tie here in set number 4. Max Rocky's attempt thwarted by the Cards. Machado sets up Basilio, sent back. Machado will do it himself, cannot get it to go. Gray sets up Basilio, received by the Flyers. Lewis attacks now. Rajay Aline dives to get it. Awkwardly batting the ball around are both teams, and now it'll be Max Rocky trying again. This ball is still alive, and now it finally falls. Point Lewis, 17-16, they lead.
That's one of those situations where you just hope everyone has fun. I mean, because we're having fun up here. That was an incredible rally. Back and forth, as you mentioned, just hitting it with a couple of free balls. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, Rajay Aline kind of got frozen, and then the last-second dig attempt was unsuccessful. Now it looks like they're wiping the floor over towards where Rajay was, and then we'll have a serve for the Flyers.
Rajay did go to the ground 2 separate times in that play, so I'm wondering if it's a little slick over on that part of the court.
It is icy outside, but I think conditions should be all clear in here, Lucas. I don't think the roof's leaking, so we'll see if they can figure that out and we can resume play.
Well, Evan, we talked about that ice here in Muncie earlier. It is sneaky slippery.
very deceptive as we're going to see a timeout now for Ball State, so we'll probably take a quick break. But before we do, we just want you to know you shouldn't go anywhere because we have an exciting set 4. Ball State has 16 points. The Flyers have 17. It's set 4. This is for all the marbles, Lucas. Ball State needs it to win. The Flyers need it to stay alive.
That's exactly right, Evan. Can't say it any better than that, so I won't. We're going to take a quick break here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Back here in Worthen Arena. Crowd getting pumped up on their feet, but their Cardinals are trailing here in set 4 by 1. It's 17-16. Lewis leads. Tyler Morgan to serve for the Flyers. 17-16 Lewis. Machado sets up Patterson, and that'll be a point. Ball State. We're all tied up again. This has been neck and neck the entire way for set 4, Evan.
Well, I love the way Will Patterson's playing. He's finally making his name known a little bit there offensively. That's 3 kills here in set 4. He looks good.
He's got 5 in total this match. And Will Basilio, the freshman from Canada, to serve for the Cards. Received by the Flyers, setting up Max Rocky. Tries to go cross court, and he does. That'll be a point for the Flyers, but I believe Ball State was convinced that that was not the case.
I got to tell you, I don't know if Donan is going to challenge that or not, but yeah, he is going to challenge that. That sure looked out of bounds to me. We'll take a look at the monitors and see if it says anything different, but you look at that, and Ball State, it looked out of bounds. That looked like the right call from Will Patterson on that far left side to not try to dig it up. We'll see what the review is, but nonetheless, one exciting set 4.
And I didn't think we expected anything less, especially after a very dominant third set by the Cardinals. Here in set 4, the Flyers have made it extremely close, and neither team is giving up anything.
No, neither team is giving an inch right now. Both of these teams are playing really hard. I thought set 1, 2, and 3 were kind of weird because set 1, the Flyers looked dominant. Set 2 and 3, Ball State looked dominant. Set 4, this is more what we expected, back and forth throughout the entire set. I like the way some of the younger players for the Cardinals are playing. I think, and Machado's always impressed me, but I like what I'm seeing from the sophomore Patterson and that freshman Basilio. Both of them are stepping up into roles they're not normally in. Braden Savinsky-Lynn, the middle blocker who started the game. But right now, Patterson seems to be the go-to for head coach Donan Cruz as Vanis Buckholz is out with an injury for this game or whatever reason he's not playing. So that's what I'm most impressed with. You need young guys to step up. You want to see your future. It's on the court right now for Ball State.
2 other young guys on the court for Ball State is sophomore Cameron Gray, who is always having an impact, one of the liberos for this team, and he showed some great hustle earlier, as well as freshman Ryan Lewis, as it looks like point will go with the Flyers, so they had the call right originally. (18-17) Lewis leads. Max Rocky will serve for the Flyers. Rocky has 1 ace tonight, 15 on the season. Machado sets up Rogers. Point Ball State. And just like that, Evan, we are all tied up again. 18 apiece here in set 4. Will Patterson to serve. Max Rocky receives, setting up Oguz, and that will be a point for the Flyers.
Yeah, just a step slow there was Braden Savinsky, Lynn, and Patrick Rogers. They were a little late to get up there for the block attempt. That allowed the ball to hit them while they were on their way up, which it's normally harder to get a block in that manner. So it goes out towards the Ball State right side of that E where it's out of bounds. So a good play there for the Flyers.
Cameron Hoying in for the first time tonight. He will serve for the Flyers. Redshirt freshman from Columbus, Ohio. Goes a little long that time, and it is now 19-19. Cardinals will serve.
And these points are oh so important for both teams. Obviously, Lewis wants to survive, and Ball State wants to get out of here with a win. It's neck and neck right now. Lucas Machado could be the difference.
Machado's serve is received by Max Rocky. Morgan sets up Oguz, and this one is out. Point Ball State. They take the lead. They're up 20-19 here in set 4.
Oguz hit that with a lot of power, just at the wrong angle. He was too parallel to the out of bounds line there and didn't have a lot of room to work with. Couldn't keep it in bounds.
And it appears that a timeout will be taken, so we're going to take a quick break here on Sports League Digital Radio. Don't go anywhere.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Back here in Worthen Arena, it is 20-19. The Cardinals lead here in set 4. Lucas Machado set to serve. Cardinals 5 points away from wrapping up this match. And that's not going to help. Machado goes long, and it's 20-20. Flyers now at the service line. Osano Goose to serve. The junior from Bursa, Turkey. Received by the Cardinals. Machado sets up Davinsky Lynn. That's who that was. Braden got up that time.
I mean, that's a vert and a half right there. What a set from Machado. And then Savinsky Lynn soars well above the net and is able to pummel that one to the ground.
21-20, Cards lead. Rogers, his serve goes off the net, received by the Flyers. Cameron Gray on an island, and Oguz takes advantage.
That's kind of like trying to make a tough open field tackle in football when you're over there by yourself. Cam Gray got hit with a rocket launcher, couldn't do anything with it.
Daniel Haber to serve for the Flyers, 21-21. Here in set number 4, Pitlack diving, receives it. Basilio, and wow, what a play by the Flyers. Somehow getting that back over, but still not in position to return as Savinsky Lynn gets the kill there. Good set by Machado.
Yeah, Savinsky Lynn with a Houdini there because he was able to push that one behind his head to eventually get the kill. The Flyers couldn't see it coming as it fell down towards the right side of the court inbounds.
Came off his hand a little strange, but that just resulted in a little bit of English on that ball. Still results in a point. 22-20 Cards here in set 4. Flyers looking to respond, and they do. All tied up 22-22. Neither team giving an inch.
Just because we're getting to that point, a good reminder that you got to win by 2, Lucas. So even though the first to 25 normally wins the set, the way this is going, could be a set over the 25-point mark.
We'll see if that's what it has to come to, or if either one of these teams can pull away. Frederick Kruger Beer at the service line for the Flyers. 22-22. That one is far. Another service error. We have seen quite a bit of those here in set number 4.
That's why you got to give a big shout out to Lucas Pitlack. That's why he's always in there on those serve receives. He just has a good eye for that. He's able to get out of the way in time. We see the Flyers are fired up about it. A big error there from Frederick Kruger Beer. He goes to the bench. He punches his seat. And Ball State here are going to take advantage as the Flyers call a timeout. Lucas, 23-22. Ball State takes the lead here in set number 4. How big would it be for this team to walk away with a 4-set win in this first matchup of a 2-day matchup here with Lewis?
Well, I think it could make a big difference in tomorrow's matchup. The Cardinals are best when they have fresh tires. And if they're able to get out of here in 4 instead of 5, then I think that makes their chances for tomorrow that much better. We'll just see what happens because, as you said, Evan, neither team has really given up anything here in set number 4, and this could potentially go past that 25-point mark.
It could, and I want to take a quick look at MEVA standings. It's way early to be talking about the MEVA standings, but I'm going to anyway. Loyola Chicago sits at the top, 2-0 in conference, 10-0 overall. Ball State and McKendree, 2nd and 3rd. Ball State 1-0 in conference, McKendree 2-1. Ball State 8-3 overall, McKendree 5-5. Ohio State is down there towards the bottom of the standings, 1-1 in conference, but 4-6 to start the season. Ball State's going to have a couple different rivals this season that normally aren't the guys that they're fighting with towards the top. Ohio State normally up there. Queens is sometimes up there. You see Quincy up there from time to time. But it looks like this Lewis and McKendree team are going to be 2 of the better teams in the MEVA. So right now, this is kind of a where do you stand game for the Cardinals, and they look pretty good.
And that's something that you see year in and year out, especially under Coach Donan Cruz for the Cardinals. Consistently one of the better teams in the MEVA. Lewis trying to tie this thing up, and they cannot. It is now match set. 24-22.
Sorry to cut you off, but once again, Lucas Machado, a block. I mean, this guy is doing everything for you. This sophomore has played so well all season. Another timeout here from Lewis as they're pretty much on their last leg. This could be the nail in the coffin if the Cardinals get this next point. But the reason I interrupt you is because Lucas Machado is really a Swiss Army knife out there. That left hand is so powerful. He gets blocks. He assists all of his teammates. He's got to be fun to play with.
Machado tonight, 2 kills, 45 assists, and 1 block with 9 digs. He has been so vital to the success of this team here on this beautiful Thursday night.
And I got to think that was a second block there as well from Machado. So, as you mentioned, he's just all over the court. Rajay Aline, Lucas, we talked earlier in set 1 and 2 about how he normally gets off to a hot start. He's cooled down quite a bit here in sets 3 and 4, but other guys have really stepped up and taken the load off of him. Patrick Rogers has been fantastic here in the later sets.
Will Patterson has really stepped up as well, and has been more productive offensively than he usually is, and has had himself a nice night here tonight. Now serving for match point will be the freshman sitting at 6'10", Ryan Lewis. From Surprise, Arizona. Let's see if he can end it here tonight. 24-22, Cards lead. Match point. And that one just barely out. Ball State bench reacting like they want to take a look at it. That one was, called a service error, but I believe that the Cardinals are probably going to want to take a look at this
I think Coach Cruz, he's going to go ahead and pull out the challenge card. He talks with the official. I don't see a reason you don't look at this, Lucas. It basically serves as a timeout. You have a couple of points left in the set, maybe 1 point left in the set. If you get the next point, you're going to go ahead and win set 4 in the match. I think it's a no-brainer to go with the challenge here. Whether or not it's in or not, it gives the Cardinals a good couple of seconds to talk about what they're going to do coming out of the break.
And we'll see what they're going to do right back here on SportsLink.
I think what I've been really impressed with so far is the hitting percentage for Ball State, hitting .333 compared to .223 from Lewis. I think that's what's been the real deal breaker. In sets 3 and 4, they've cleaned up their act quite a bit as far as those service errors as well. I think they've been a lot better. They had a bunch in sets 1 and 2. They were still able to win set 2 despite that factor, but they've cleaned that up. You got to love what you've seen from Patrick Rogers. We see the officials are over there getting ready to make a decision. I would guess this is going to stay in favor of Lewis and that it will be .23 for the Flyers, but we're going to have to wait and see which way they rule. If not, it'll go to Ball State and they'd win. The point will go to the Flyers, so they'll be at the service line, and the Cardinals still need a point to win.
It remains match point, but instead of Ball State serving, it will now go to the Flyers. Tyler Morgan to serve. Ball State just one away from closing this one out in 4. Morgan's serve is received by the Cardinals. Machado sets up Rogers, and that will do it. That is the match. What a play by Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, Ryan Lewis, the freshman, slides over to his right. A beautiful set from Lucas Machado about 5 feet behind him. What a play, what a slide. Ball State deserves to walk away with this match win, and they deserve to walk away with the set 4 win. What a back and forth set that was. That was exciting the entire way through.
Absolutely, and these fans here in Worthen Arena deserve exactly that. We saw some dominant volleyball from both sides in those first 3 sets, and now took a look to end it with some very, very competitive volleyball. We expected nothing less, Evan.
No, we didn't expect anything less than that. That was just as exciting as it was billed. We thought maybe it could go 5 sets. It was close. Ball State able to get it done in 4. There were a few questions after that PFW game. Last season, Ball State was able to beat PFW a little quicker. This season, they were not able to do it. They had to go 5 sets. They responded well. You may have lost Vanis Buckholz for this game, but they looked fantastic. Ball State happy to come away with the win. And Lucas, I'm excited. We get to do it again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Ball State tonight really showed off their depth. A couple of injuries. As you said, Vanis did not play. Tinashe went down, and some players stepped up in a really good match victory in set number 1 of this doubleheader. So that will do it. From Worthen Arena, the Cardinals win 25-23 in set 4. Took 4 sets to get there over the Lewis Flyers. And tomorrow night, as you said, Evan, we're going to be doing the same thing on Valentine's Day, some Friday night volleyball tomorrow. So from Evan Stowell, I'm Lucas Thatcher. Good night, everybody.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.